Hey guys, and welcome to another video. This is going to be a little bit more relaxed because I don't have a script in front of me, but I do want to come out with another video, and writing this script was just intimidating me so hard, so we're gonna get right into it. This May theme is tulips and circles, because I just wanted something that follows the theme of simple bullet journal themes that you can do kind of with the materials you have on hand. And I also kind of wanted to invite spring with this pink and purple color scheme. Another thing is I really love tulips. They're actually one of my favorite flowers because they grow so quickly. If you buy them from a florist, I swear to God, they grow like 10 inches in the first day. It's crazy. And when they're in arrangements, they always make them very interesting from day to day because the tulips grow so fast. So I wanted to just incorporate that a little bit in this setup, and I'm using just a thin ballpoint pen for the tulip illustrations just because I wanted them to remain very light and delicate. Overall, without the initial sketch, this cover page only took me about 10 minutes. I think that is kind of important to give everyone context because the sped up version looks so fast. I wish I could do it that fast, but I cannot. So I did like a really rough sketch before I started going over this with ink, but just the marker and ink part took me 10 minutes. And then I'm moving on to my this month page where it's something new I've started to incorporate in my spreads to try and set 3 bigger goals, or maybe even like a section for notes or something for the month, because I didn't have a space for that before, and I saw it in Jashi Curran's setup and I was like, wow, that's actually really useful. I could use that. That's smart. And I'm also using this dot dash style line that is not perfectly ruler straight and kind of imperfect because I really wanted to keep the lightness of the theme, and I thought that was a good way to do it without like dragging everything down. Overall, this page also only took me about 10 minutes, so this whole spread took me 20 minutes, and that is my title spread of my this month page. And then next we are moving on to the exercise and funds pages. So for my exercise page, I actually started to do the normal calendar, and then I changed my mind because that really hasn't been working for me. I did just take a scrap piece of paper and glue it over top of where I had already started the calendar, and you can barely even see it because I used paper from this notebook that I had actually cut out from a Dutch store spread in February. So for this exercise spread, I decided to make it like a racetrack or treasure map style exercise spread, because I think that might just help motivate me to actually do it instead of just having kind of this blank calendar where I may or may not do what I was set out to do. Overall, that page took me about 8 minutes to do, because it's pretty simple. The days that I do exercise, I'm going to just put a dot along the path, write the date, and then how many miles I did. My goal for this month is 30, which I think is pretty reasonable, especially since Mother's Day is this month, so I'm going to be spending a lot of extra hours at my mom's flower shop helping her there. Then my next page is my funds tracker, which is the same as it kind of always is. I have one box on the top for my income, a second box in the middle for the bills that I have every month, and then a box on the bottom for personal expenses, which is basically the money I get to spend on myself for fun, that kind of stuff. This page overall only took me 6 minutes. These initial setup pages don't tend to take me very long. It's the weeklies that really kill me, and the amount of time it takes to actually get this stuff done, which you will see, because it's not a whole lot per spread, but you have to do like 4 of them. Speaking of weeklies, let's go ahead and start on those. I'm going to use my mini calendar stamps to go ahead and stamp all the calendars for my weeklies. I tend to start from back to front just so that the ink has time to dry. And then I have big spaces for each day and then the weekend. A little doodle for the tulip theme to go all the way through. And then, of course, a cat break, because my sister's cat Oreo just needs to be involved. He loves working at my desk with me, and he's a hog for attention, so I love him, but he can be a pain in the butt sometimes. For the weeklies, they do tend to go faster when you batch them. I don't typically do my first weekly as like in this batch method, just because I like to show you guys the process of one weekly uninterrupted. But now you'll see me using that batch method where basically I'm using the same tool all at once. So when I pick up that thick liner to do the outlines of all the boxes, I do them for every page. I pick up the pink marker to do that design element for all the spreads, which I only do every other spread. So I do those 2 spreads at the same time. Same with the purple marker, same with that detail pen. I think it just goes a lot faster that way. Overall, the entire set of weeklies took me about 45 minutes, which is a lot, but I can also kind of like turn my brain off during that time. I have like a podcast or something going in the background, so it is kind of just relaxing for me. But this also does not count the initial penciling stage where I'm like doing all of the calculations and being like, how high do these boxes need to be? Where does this element go? And all of that stuff. So that does add time onto the front end of this whole process. But I do think it's worth it, just because this is kind of relaxing for me. I guess it does depend on what your attitude is towards bullet journaling, but this is definitely a relaxing time of the month for me to sit down and take time for myself to do this. Anyways, here's the final flip through. Let me know what you guys think. I was thinking about doing more vibrant colors, but I kind of like these like soft pastels. I'm gonna need the softer vibes for Mother's Day because it's gonna be a little crazy. But let me know what you think and whether or not you think you could do this theme. And if you're seeing this before you do your own May setups because you were procrastinating, like I procrastinated recording this audio because I don't like recording audio, then let me know if you did this theme or what your May theme was, if you were on time with it and didn't procrastinate like a normal human being. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!